guys, with this one right here, we didn't got with this one coming around. OMB Kush load of cash. You got Kush, OB Kush, and then you got the whole, underground. I'm seeing the whole underground and stuff like that with the whole thing. But you got the load of cash and with OB Kush and the whole thing coming into this one, especially with with OB Kush and him having this whole thing, especially with OB Kush, because OB Kush, him coming around with this whole thing and him just having, this one, especially with this whole thing coming into it. But you got the cash and you got the load cash, load, something like that. But load of cash, I'm I'm gonna just sound it out like that. But you got the whole thing. But you got with the cash, Kush, and everything, and then you got the cash, and you got the OFBs. So OFB coming into it, especially with the OFBs, because you know how the OFBs coming. The OFBs they coming with that certainties stroke. Like they be stretching a little bit over the currencies, but you just got with Kush.
The boy was chatting, so we went and crashed him, whacked him, slapped him, did under the chat.
Savage on the 808.
Gang. Mano! Broski reacting, acting. The boy chatting, so we went and crashed him, whacked him, slapped him, did the chattings. I got 6 missed calls when we blow it back in. Fuck that, crash that, let him know what's happening. Try blow up his hat, I don't mean a captain. I reload on another man thing. Outside I do road, I ain't even capping. Yo, need a load of cash in a friend, no folk gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in the booth, but it's bando setting, you ain't noticed that. They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by the pole. Gal still 4-4 in a 4-door at cordial. Need a load of cash in a friend, no folk gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in the booth, but it's bando setting, you ain't noticed that.
Ooh, come home.
I don't mean a captain. I reload on another man thing. Outside I do road, I ain't even capping. Yo, need a load of cash in a friend, no folk gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in the booth, but it's bando setting, you ain't noticed that.
Hey, I've been outside, but I need to be. Hey, I need to be in the booth. Hey, hey, you need to be. Hey, like he said, he needs to be in the booth. Cracking down. He needs to be cracking down these, these slips. Trying to get these slips, trying to get these, these racks, these slips. He should be in the. Like he said, hey, coming from the outside, especially you making moves too. You trying to make your own moves, and you trying to, get them figures. Then you need to be, you need to be constantly, trying to be in your ways. Like he said, the booth and everything else, and getting out of the little of the outside.
They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by the pole. Gal still 4-4 in a 4-door at cordial. Shooty wouldn't know when that's a fact. Need a load of cash and no friend, no folk gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in a booth, but it's bando setting, you ain't noticed that. They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by no pole. Gal still 4-4 in a 4-door at cordial. Shooty wouldn't know when that's a fact. My little
Ooh, what do you say with a fofo and a fodo and a fodo and everything else, and especially everything else where it's collapsively plotted at too. Hey, it looks like a whole movie theater too. Coming into the whole thing like, hey, this whole thing is just like a lot of these scenes will be mixed up with a bunch of other, like janitor stuff. Like it be stuff everywhere. Like you be seeing stuff in different sacks, different, respects and everything else. Like especially the places they shoot it at, it's crazy because the craziest spots they shoot it at too is be most, junky.
Rose went on a glide, did something that's right, no bad vibes, at least you tried. They think I ain't been on a ride, I ain't been outside, why? Cause I made Valentine. Right, no bad vibes, at least you tried. They think I ain't been on a ride, I ain't been outside, why? Cause I made Valentine. I ain't got nothing to hide, I'm really outside up my dog, they know what I'm like. No Twitter fingers, let this gangs them fight. No verbal abuse, I'm the internet guy. 1 time or 2 time, fuck the flake in a pot. 3 time or 4 time, I got chased on the cots. 5 time or 6 time, I lost all my puff. But I learned from mistakes, I know right from wrong. 6 time or 5 time, when we got that drop. 4 out of 3 time, pulled up and got 2 time or 1 time, I replied to her ups. Only right that we ride, put a face on the top. Yo, need a load of cash in a friend, no folk gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in the booth, but it's bando setting, you ain't noticed that. They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by the pole. Gal still 4-4 in a 4-door at cordial. Shooty wouldn't know.
Ooh, they wanna hold the man. They wanna hold the man, and then the whole thing, like I'm messing with the whole thing, just the viber and everything else what he got going towards it, like hey, that is really coming into him, you know, especially his own thing. Like he got his own boss thing. Like he got the Shursky, you know, and everything else. Like just with the whole thing and him having this whole thing, like the vibrant, like hey, the lyrics and everything is so, you know, so so lyrically, so gestually, like you can't even, you know, potentially miss one of those things because it's like the whole thing is just going. If you miss those, it's just going over your past your head and everything else. But hey, the mentatees and everything else, and the entity is crazy, crazy vibe is.
Tough by the pole, gal still fall for in a photo at cordial. Shoot, you wouldn't know one, that's a fact. Need a load of cash and no friend, no foe gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in a beef, but it's bando set if you ain't noticed that. They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by no pole, gal still fall for in a photo at cordial. Shoot, you wouldn't know one, that's a fact. Yo, I ain't doing up actor, them boy they're Jason Statham. They said it out but the shit's still vacant. I thought I got a block mistaken. And round, I wind it down and blaze them. No need for the chasing. I don't do no 100-meter racing. Ain't no 100-meter racing, no chasing. I don't do no 100-meter racing. Ain't no 100-meter racing, no training, but I'm more than match fit. On field, me smart, no tactic. They ain't bad man in real life, some catfish. Whip that into rock, no actress. Come a long way from cashing my mattress. Lengting and she think I'm attractive. Money comes first, ain't even adapting. Yo, need a load of cash, ain't no friend, no foe gonna hold me back. I've been outside, I should be in the booth, but it's bando set if you ain't noticed that. They wanna hold a man, I ain't getting handcuffed by the pole, gal still fall for in a
They want to hold the man. They want to hold the man, especially you know the things that you're doing too, especially the things that you know you accomplishing too. Like, hey, you know, you ain't trying to get that holding down, because it's like you out here trying to, you know, make every move, make every, you know, pasta, make every little slot you can get, like any pasta you can make. You know, you just trying to make that. You ain't trying to get holding back, you know, be behind, you know, something, be behind the jungle, you know, where you know you can't even, now you can't even do your profit. So it's like, you know, you just wanna, hey, like he said, you know, you gotta put your whole stance to it.
photo at cordial. Shoot, you wouldn't know one, that's a fact.
OB Kush though. OB Kush coming into this one right here, like, hey, this one and everything else, especially with the load of cash, you know, and everything else coming into this with Kush, like, you know, especially with this whole thing right here, the music video, and just with Kush coming into it, cause you know, running it back, you know, with him and everything else, and just with this whole thing, you know, the main thing. But you got OB, everything else, Kush, load of cash, Tetris, this whole thing, you know, with this whole main thing, but especially with this one right here and everything else. But most definitely check this one out and everything else. But make sure you guys definitely, you know, subscribe, like, comment, everything else, and just with this